Just want to talk about how I got into the chiropractic program and why I'm leaving the chiropractic program. And, as I've mentioned in the past, I started first by trying to get into the PT program. Now, the whole reason I started this was for my clients. Back in Phoenix, I had multiple clients tell me, oh yeah, I'm just going to stop seeing my physical therapist so I can see you. So for me, I thought, that's the route I needed to go. And right about that time, it switched from a master's program to a doctorate program. And the thing with PT school is that they only have one admission class per year. And, depending on the school, it's about 40 to 60 kids or students that they allow in. And they probably get up towards, I've heard, 1,500 applicants. Okay, so basically with them, if you don't have a 3.9, 4.0, and really high GRE score, look at me, look at my case, and even with my background, I thought my resume would kind of counteract my low GPA, low test scores, but they don't even look at your resume. They don't look at your experience unless you even get past that 3.9, 4.0 GPA. And this is what I've been told by a lot of the people who admit, applications. They put it in programs. They don't even read your applications. They put it in a program, and if it meets mathematically whatever the standards they're looking for, then they go into the next step of actually reviewing your application. So anyways, that's PT school. I tried that for 3 years, taking prereqs, retaking prereqs, taking the GRE 3 times. And then I looked more into the chiropractic field, and I just thought that was going to be more suited for me, because once you leave, you have a bigger, open door policy, basically what it is, and it's really up to you to develop your own practice, where PTs are kind of safe in hospitals or even in just current practices. Chiropractors kind of have to build their own from scratch, and that's just what I'm used to as a personal trainer and a massage therapist. So, and the other good thing about chiropractic school is that they have 3 starting classes a year, and I've heard they allow up to 100 and, close to 150 was the highest I heard down in Texas. 150 students per starting class. And fast forward to this past semester, I was actually I'm on academic probation for the second time, and basically, if I didn't bump up my GPA from 1.89 to 2.0 or higher, I was going to lose financial aid anyway. And so for the first time in this year and a half that I've been in the program, I completely forced myself to put school first, and it made me miserable. Jiu-jitsu and gym time is what keeps my brain sane. It kind of helps me battle my depression. And it made me have to really, really reflect on, do I want this chiropractic title? And the answer is just no. Like, I even mentioned it to, a few fellow students and clients that when I get the chiropractor piece of paper, I'm going to tear it up. All I want is respect for my work. And, it's just kind of a light bulb that went off in my head, right? And the whole reason I started this was back in Phoenix. I have multiple clients tell me I'm just going to stop seeing my physical therapist so I come see you. And that's what got the ball rolling there. And, I just know that it wasn't for me. I'm not trying to bash on it or anything. It's just not something that I have always wanted. There's students that I've heard in class right now in introductions. They say, oh yeah, when I was in high school, this what happened with a chiropractor. I knew I wanted to do that. That's not me. Like, I've spent the past 5 years developing my modality, and this past year, I grew. Like, it was surprising, because for the first time as well in my career, I put the massage side of my business first, and it was something that I hadn't done before. I always kept MMA, jiu-jitsu in front of everything, and as that grew, it made me realize too that I'm going to have to put school aside, or put my clients aside and put school first, which a lot of my clients would be very mad at me. I mean, I took a 2-week break, and a lot of clients were mad at me even then. So I could imagine having to wait a full year and basically become irrelevant and then have to start from ground zero again. And that was just something I'm not willing to do for something that I'm not seeking out for myself. So that's basically it. I've failed a lot of classes. I've been through a lot of stress in that school. And I found that I was able to relate more to the professors than the schools, than the students. Even one of the professors kind of mentioned that that the program there is like high school for adults, and it's actually kind of sad. Like, considering the incident that happened with my friend, I was kind of guilty by association. Talking about 100 students who like basically pretended to be my friend and would always smile and say hi, all of a sudden just 180. They would, I walked through the hallways after the incident happened. They stare at the ground, look up, whatever. Like, they just didn't stop talking to me, and that kind of annoyed me too. Made me get anxiety as I drove into the parking lot. Made me think like, why am I here? Why the fuck don't I just go back to Texas where I'm respected? And so this past trip to Texas, I kind of like dabbled with it. I told a few people, I think I'll move back in September, and by the like third or fourth person who was just like, I know these people, I know I can get you in this gym. I was just, second day I was there, I'm like, I gotta move back. Like, there's a lot of unfinished business for me down there. The respect, the word of mouth, everything that makes me happy down there, even jiu-jitsu, So I know it's kind of a long rant, but if there's any questions, if you know anyone who wants to go into physical therapy or chiropractic, and you want to ask any questions for me that I may be able to help with, I'll be more than happy to answer anything. My background again is I lost 100 pounds. I became a fighter while earning my exercise science degree and my corrective exercise certification back in 2010. And 2013 I graduated massage school. Still got a whole bunch of continuing education credits in between all that. And then 2014 I started trying to get into PT school. 2018 last year January I started the chiropractic program. I was also a manager of a retail shop in between all of that too. So anything I can help with, guys, feel free to ask. But that's my little journey about graduate school and stuff like that, without getting on into a rant of student loans and stuff like that. So thank you.